Cross-examination of Karen Peffley by Greentree Servicing Attorney.
Cross.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I will go from the last exhibit forward. Your Exhibit 8, the ineligibility letter notifying you that you are not eligible for the program. When you received this letter, and you saw that you were not eligible for the program, did you make any communication with Greentree concerning it?
Yes, I went through HUD, the counselor, three-way party.
Is that an employee of the lender?
I had the HUD counselor on the phone, with Oleg, the customer service that was taking care of me.
But was that an employee of the servicer?
Of Greentree.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
Alright. Do you have reasons to believe that the income verification, when they verified your income, that there would have been problems with verifying the income that you stated when you submitted the package?
I overnighted that package and the next day I was called and told that I was approved.
Excuse me. You were told that you were approved?
Approved. I think it was probably maybe 3 days. I had overnighted the package.
I am going to have to take the exhibit because I think your understanding of approval is different from what approval actually is. This is the loan modification package. Exhibit 7. I am going to show it to you because I want you to look at the trial modification itself. I am showing to the witness, Mr. Simonovich's, page 1 right now. And, Your Honor, I am showing you before I approach the witness. Okay, page 1.
You see, I am not an employee of Greentree and I am not a government agent. I am the customer. And I made that in good faith. I don't care what it says.
Move to strike, Your Honor. Objection, she's not being responsive. I haven't even shown it to her.
I can't read it.
I am not going to ask you to read it verbatim. I am asking you if you can, because you read other portions with your magnifying glass.
Just point me to what you want me to read and I will.
I want you to read to the court the title on this page.
Okay. Home Affordable Modification Trial Period Plan. Step 1 of 2-step documentation process.
You just read that. It was a trial. Do you understand that it was a trial that was signed?
I understand what you want me to say, but I am telling you what I was told is 2 different things.
No, your signature appears on the docket. Did you dash?
I know. I did not have a reader at that time. I was having injections put in my eyeballs. I'm sorry. I was under the impression that I was being taken care of by Greentree.
Well, did you have an attorney represent you before you signed the document?
Of course not.
Did anyone prevent you from having an attorney look over the agreement before you signed the document?
No, I was not even advised. I had the HUD counselor that went through all of that with me. The payments rate were $850 and it was with the HUD counselor. I went through the HUD counselor.
Was the HUD counselor your attorney?
No.
Did you think the HUD counselor was your attorney?
Well, when the advertising comes up it says, call the HUD counselor if you need help, and that's what I did.
But the HUD counselor was not hired or engaged as your attorney, correct?
Was I supposed to get an attorney?
You are on the witness stand and I am asking you questions. Did you?
Just respond. Not with a question.
Okay, what was the question?
The question was, did you hire the HUD counselor as your attorney?
No.
Alright. I am going to direct your attention to page 3 of the title of what you just read, Home Affordable Modification Trial Period Plan, and this may be more difficult for you to read, but it is part of an agreement that you signed. And if you can, paragraph on page 3, if you could read that, this is the same. You see your signature this page?
Point to where you want me to read.
Okay, this paragraph 3.
The modification. I understand that once lender is able to determine the final amount of unpaid interest and any other delinquent amounts except late charges to be added to my loan balance and after deducting from my loan balance any remaining money held at the end of the trial period under Section 2D, above the lender, will determine the new payment amount. If I comply, well, I lost it.
You can read it to her if you want to. It's a lot easier to do that.
She said she was under fraud, so I want her to try. If she can't, of course, I will read it.
If I comply with the requirements in Section 2 and my representatives in Section 1 continue to be true in all material respects, the lender will send me a modification. agreement for my signature which will modify my loan.
Thank you. And you did a good job reading it. Can you tell the court what type of income you provided to the bank at this time?
I have no idea.
Can you tell the court what type of income you provided to the bank at this time?
I have no idea.
Let's talk about, did you submit tax returns?
I did.
What type of income do you have?
I have no idea.
I object to that because you are asking her what income she has today.
Well, I am qualifying it at that time. I am very sorry.
Again, I am going to object because, Judge, whatever income she had is shown on her application as part of the dash.
Where do you see that?
I don't know that this is the entire application.
That's the problem. It's not the entire application. But where do you see that on that exhibit?
You are right, it doesn't show it. And, again, I am going to object to the relevance because, Judge, the first paragraph contradicts. I mean, we all know that it's black letter law that when two paragraphs kind of contradict each other they are construed against the person that wrote them. And as far as I am concerned, the first paragraph makes it undeniably clear that she's entitled to the loan mod if she makes her payments and her info hasn't changed.
That's for closing argument.
I understand, Judge.
My only point is, Your Honor, that the information that was provided has to be verified. Also, she read the paragraph that said they had not calculated dash.
Well, that's for closing argument too.
Right. So what I want to know is, with the information she gave the bank about her income, would a reasonable person believe that the payment dash?
It's right here in the attachment to Defendants 7. Why are you asking if she provided it if you know that she didn't? Why don't you make that argument in closing?
What page are you on, Your Honor?
You are telling me she didn't provide any income.
She did. It's just not part of the exhibit.
It's not part of the exhibit. So I am asking the type of income she had because I need information from the witness.
You can't get a trial period under HPM unless you provide income information. It's just not part of the exhibit.
Right. And I am not making the argument, but the two-pronged basis for whether it would be changed into a mod was they have to calculate the balance and determine dash.
You asked her if she provided any income there. It's not there. At the time that you entered into the trial modification program, did you provide any income?
3 years of my income tax returns, and I've filed F-Farm schedule since 1991.